Hi, and welcome back to my kitchen. I know that I've got a couple, maybe 3 pie crust recipes on my channel already, but I came across this one by accident and I've used it several times and I love it because it's so easy. So I want to share it with you. Alright, into my food processor, I'm going to put 1 1/3 cups flour, about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and this isn't called for in the recipe, but because I'm making a sweet pie, I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar to it. I'm going to stir this. Well, I'm going to mix it up, I hope. Let's see. Something's not right. Well, give it another whirl here. Let me get this straightened out and we'll be back. Alright, I forgot to put something on the... I'll show you what I did. This top has to have this thing in there or it won't run. So that's what I did wrong. Alright, I've mixed that up. Now, I've got 1 stick of butter. And this is 4 ounces, I believe, or 8 tablespoons. And all I'm going to do to it, and it's very cold, it came right out of the fridge. I'm going to slice it. I'm not going to put it in cubes. I'm going to show it to you before I drop it in there. You want to do this while it is ice cold. Hard to slice, because you want to keep it cool. This is the only recipe that actually gave me the nerve to try. See, it's just in slices. I'm going to drop it in just like that. And I'm going to put the top back on the right way. Alright, let's see. I'm going to pulse this. Let's take a look at it. That's right. That's about right. It was about 11. You don't have to pulse 11 to 15 times. Now, what the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back on. Is add some ice water. And while this is running, she said, so I'm going to do it exactly the same way. I have ice water right here. Ice water, cold water. I'm I'm going to add 2. She used 2 2/3, and last time I made it, I used 2 2/3, but it was not enough. I think because the heat's on, so I'm adding 3 tablespoons of ice water. And you watch this down here. When it starts to form a ball, it's not formed a ball yet. When it starts to form a ball, you turn it on. You know that if you wait just 5 more seconds, it's going to be a ball. So let's take that off. And I'm going to get you down in there. So you can see that I've got a ball right here, and the rest of it is beginning to gather. So it's done. It is ready for a pie. So now, and I always have a problem with this. I don't know why. I'm going to take that out. Now I'm going to flour my counter, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, I got my little board floured, and I got my dough into just a disc. And the one thing that I learned is while you're rolling pie crust, the first few times have got to be a very light touch. And each time you roll, you want to turn it a little bit to make sure that it hasn't stuck to your counter. And then as it gets thinner, you can use a little more pressure, but you always start in the middle, and you're going to roll towards the end, but you're not going to roll the end at all. And I'm going to keep picking this up and turning it. If it needs flour, I'm going to add it. Add a little flour. Have your pie plate nearby so that you can check to be sure that you've gotten your dough large enough for it. I have a 9-inch pie plate, and this, according to her directions, will fit a 9-inch pie, 8 or 9-inch pie. So we're going with that. So let's see. Any small cracks, you can just pinch them together. Let me look at my plate here. Not quite. Not quite. And I think it's more or less in this direction. Sorry about that. I keep hitting my camera stand. I'm going out a little bit more. Now, if you find that your pie crust crumbles when you try to roll it out or get it to a pie plate, it is because there's not enough liquid in it. Let's see if this is big enough. And it is. Alright, so this is what she did. And I found this so helpful. I'm going to show it to y'all. She loosened up 1/2 of her pie crust. Whoops. See, I just messed it up right there. She loosened it up. And flipped it over with her spatula. Now this is a big spatula, but if you don't have one, just use a regular size. That's what she used. Then she loosens up the second half, and she flips it over. Then she's got her pie plate here. So she's just going to pick it up and put the corner in the center and unfold it. And if it's not quite right, straighten it up. Of course, mine's not quite right. Alright. This looks much harder than it is, honestly. It is not hard. See that? I've got way too much on this side. And I'm just going to ease it over. I have a short side, and I am going to fix that. Alright, we got a pie crust here. Now her website, or her channel, was actually called How to Make a Pie Crust, 4 Ingredients, 4 Minutes. And she actually made hers in 4 minutes, but I'm not going to make that, so because I'm a novice at this. Now I'm short right here, so I'm going to add some pie crust pie dough to it and just kind of mash it in. Lift up the edges of your pie crust to get to the sides of your pan, and there's a reason for that. It's because if you stretch your pie dough while it's baking, it's going to shrink, and we don't want that, do we? Alright, so I'm just going around this like this and get it all tucked in. Now, I didn't get that quite on there right. I'm going to dip my fingers in some water and try to get that a little more adhesive. She just took the end of her pie crust and tucked it in like this. Can you all see? Yeah. And she went all the way around, which I've seen, I know you have seen 100 times or more. She just went all the way around, tucking it under. And there it is again. There we go. And this is homemade, so it's not going to be even all the way around. And who cares? Hers was, but mine's not going to be. Alright. So I'm going all the way around. This is a delicious, flaky pie crust. And I've made it several times. But as I told you the last time I made it, because I've made it more than once, it was too dry. I started making a video on it, and I had so much trouble with it that I didn't want you all to think it was as difficult as it is, as it looked, because it's not difficult. Alright, I've got all that tucked in. I had to patch a couple of places, but who's going to see that? Nobody. And this is how I'm going to flute this pie. It's just like pinching somebody's cheek. You know how you pinch somebody's cheek? So you just take the pie dough and twist it. Just like that. Twist it like you're pinching somebody's cheek. That's all there is to it. All the way around. Now, you know, there's other ways to do this that probably look, well, they'll look different and neater. You just use whatever method you want to. This is the method that I chose. But this is my new go-to pie crust recipe because it's so tasty and it's so flaky and so delicious that this is what I'm going to use from now on. Alright, I got one high spot over here, right over here, but it'll be okay when it's finished. Nobody's going to care that it has a high spot. In fact, some people probably are going to want that piece because it's got a little more crust on it. Alright, I'm going to make a sweet pie, so I will be back with another video. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for coming in and spending part of your day with me. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator till I get the rest of the pie made. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. And until next time, you take care.